Who are the Syrian resistance, aka the rebels, and who are they fighting against? A lot of people have been commenting on my posts asking me, are these rebels not the same ISIS group that has been killing so many people all across the world? And the answer to that question is no. This is a genuine misconception by people. ISIS was an extreme group inside Syria. And notice how I said was, because they don't exist anymore. They not only fought the rest of the world, but they also fought heavily against the rebels inside Syria and the Syrian civilians themselves. So who are the rebels? The rebels break up into two main factions, one known as HTS, or formerly Jabhat al-Nusra, and the other one known as the FSA, the Free Syrian Army. Jabhat al-Nusra was an AQ-aligned fighting force inside Syria in the early days that fought against Bashar al-Assad, later on changing their name to Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or HTS, after exterminating and pushing out all of the other groups in Idlib and taking control of the area. Then you have FSA. FSA is like an umbrella organization because it has so many different fighting forces and factions underneath it, some of whom were more Islamic and some of whom were proxies to America in the early days of the war. But ultimately, Turkey has control over both groups and the areas that they reside in. So who are they fighting? In the early day, they were only fighting against Bashar al-Assad and his army, the SAA, the Syrian Arab Army. Later on, Bashar decided to make an alliance with Russia, who is fighting alongside him with troops inside Syria. And then another government decided to join the war and join the ranks of Bashar. And that government was Iran. And this is where people get confused. Because Iran is fighting against Israel, people start to believe that the rebels are Israeli proxies on the ground, or even some people claiming that they're Israeli Zionist forces on the ground. In reality, the rebels never had an issue with Iran until they got involved in the war and decided to back Bashar in trying to annihilate them. And the last army is the Syrian Democratic Force, who are now the new proxies to America and are the Kurds inside Syria. So I hope this makes sense and I hope this answers your question.